has been incorporated?
Yes.
Further discussion?
Members of the board, just myself and Luke Lewis. My name is Ed Schmidt, by the way. New Hartford resident, lifelong resident. Just wanted to ask a question regarding a possible project that Luke and I are involved in. It's phase 2 of the Oxford Heights condominium development out of Oxford Road near United Street.
Can you hold that for a minute?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All in favor? This is just a compliment.
Aye.
All unanimous. Okay. Go ahead. Jim.
Okay. Town of New Hartford resolution to adopt the Town of New Hartford zoning law. Whereas the town board of the Town of New Hartford has designated a steering committee. I think I read on that before, but I left off. I think whereas a public hearing was held in. I did on this one already, right? We got that one, right?
No, because the bottom is different. If you want to just say it's the same on the top and get to the therefore,
Yeah.
so you'll buy that.
Okay, same as the other, and therefore, be it resolved that the town board does hereby adopt the zoning law dated June 2014.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. Discussion by the board. You know, you're a little late, Ed. But I'm going to allow you to make a comment for all your past service to the town.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, just the reason, again, our apologies for apparently missing public comment time, but what we've done, Luke, Mr. Lewis and myself, we purchased basically the phase 2 of this Oxford Heights condominium development, brought the property back up to the current with taxes, etc. This particular property was pre-approved, so to speak, a number of years ago for 38 parcels, additional units, which are all separate tax parcels. And just one of the concerns we have, of course, the concern we have, is we would like to request that this phase 2 be grandfathered in, so to speak, is that there is quite a bit of infrastructure already in place, and several approvals were granted, once again, a number of years ago for this particular property. And as we understand, the new zoning would allow for a different type of two-family structures to be erected on this site. And once again, the property was pre-approved for 38, so-called pre-approved for 38 units, future development. And we, this is a scenario that we did bring before, or did have a meeting rather, at the Town Highway Department about 3 months ago. Met with Joe, Herb Cully, DPW, and Chris, and also the consultant planner, so to speak. Is that correct, Joe?
The town engineer. Chris Law.
Okay. And it was about 3 months ago. And we did pose these questions, and we have attempted to correspond with Herb Cully several times. He hasn't gotten back to us yet with any, I guess, recommendations or research that he was going to do regarding this particular situation. And all we're looking to do really is just preserve what was pre-approved and permitted through a process a number of years ago, so that you know, if and when we do move forward with this particular project, it will still be conducive to the type of housing units that are currently there. And just kind of as a side note, we did meet with the homeowners association again several months ago, and they were very receptive to what we had to say in regards to the property, what we saw as future development there, and they were quite receptive to that development being conducive and similar to what exists there now.
Right. Joe, is this for this board or is this for the planning board?
Actually, it's a legal opinion. They're in need of, Pat, the approval's over 20 years old, and,
The last one was 94.
20 years old, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The approval is over 20 years old, and we need a legal opinion as to whether that approval is still valid after the changes that have occurred in that area of town. And
Is that a decision we make or planning board makes?
I would say it's a legal decision that, well, Herb volunteered to look into it, so.
Did he ever get back to you?
No, we've been waiting over 3
Yeah,
months.
that was March 6th. We got several, I mean, we got a document, several emails, correspondence, but he has not responded.
Joe, what's exactly changing in that Oneida Street area as far as
Well,
uses?
the propensity for flooding, number one. Number two, we're now an MS4 district.
Okay.
Um,
Wasn't there some uses changing over in that area that are different from what they are today in this new plan?
The zone proposed for this particular development still allows townhomes, but
Okay,
only in 2-unit configurations.
okay.
Just so the board knows, I'm Luke
Wait,
Lewis.
wait a minute.
Okay.
One person. We had a public comment period 4 or 5 meetings ago, okay? Board, what do you want to do here?
What is he actually proposing, single-family houses, is he talking
He
about?
wants,
Or
they've been grandfathered in that would allow more than just 2 townhouses, if you will, next to each other. You could have multiple, maybe 4 if you wanted. The new zoning would require just 2 would be the maximum.
The configuration now
Apartment
is,
complex, right?
is what,
It's
4?
Yeah,
Oxford Heights.
Right, he was in one apartment complex.
No, that's not what he's saying.
No, he's, okay.
It is currently provides, or rather comprised of basically 4-unit buildings.
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Which is what they had approval for on the original plan, but it's over 20 years old, and
It would match what's existing up there.
Correct, correct.
And you sell these to people and they, is that, they're not rented,
Exactly,
are they
they are
rented?
homeowners, they're not
They're
renters.
homeowners,
They're
okay,
homeowners,
yeah.
correct. And as I stated earlier, the,
basically what he's asking, hold on a second, basically what he's asking is to continue to what he's got up there now, nothing different. The only problem is that under the new zoning code, it would change it to 2. Joe, I'm sorry, go ahead, Dave.
How many units are there now at approximately?
I think 42.
42.
42 in 2 and 3 groups,
No, 3 and 4.
3 and 4, okay.
3 and 4.
Joe,
Yes.
any comment on this? Recommendation either way, from your end?
The only thing I asked her to look at is, we have a section in our code that it's a time limit for commencement. If there's substantial infrastructure already in, then that plays in their favor. If the infrastructure wasn't put in, then it's not considered commenced.
Would we not have significant infrastructure there?
Well, it's
Now-
possible nothing exists, I don't know.
I did-
I've been told that a storm sewer exists,
You mean in the part that they're looking to develop?
yes.
Okay.
Right.
But I'm not, I don't know exactly what's there.
The town
What,
takes care of
what is there, actually, the town does maintain, what is there regarding the phase 2 specifically? There are sewer mains, water retention basin.
Is there, Chris?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, I know there is stormwater in that area. There's a basin at the bottom of the road. I can't really say for sure what's up in that undeveloped part. I don't think I've ever walked up in there myself.
The full sanitary is in, both sanitary mains and laterals.
They're there.
Buildings are in, for the full 30.
Does anybody here know that for sure?
The town actually has done the scoping, or Oneida County has, to make sure on the leaks, they actually put some, I don't know if they call them bubbles in it, so it couldn't be impacted with infiltration and go downstream. So that's been done. The town-
Chris,
the
Joe,
town is
do we know
documenting.
that?
I don't know.
Joe?
Not for
Chris?
sure, no.
I can get it.
Can we approve and to wait another meeting? Can we call everything?
We've already waited, I'd like to move on this thing one way or the other, Joe. I mean, we're going another month. You know, the hope was to get this somewhat close to building season. If we go July, we've missed this whole building season.
I'm okay with, grandfather in. as, you know, phase two with the fact that, you know, there's proper stormwater and so forth in place. I mean, I think that's a big factor, I think, going forward. I think, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm okay.
Joe, does this get reviewed again by the planning board when they start, before they start this construction?
I believe if the approval is considered grandfathered, it will not.
We would go in front of the planning board again, if asked.
I think the other point too is if in fact it is significantly committed, significantly underway, significantly started, even though it was 20 years ago, I think it says that we're committed, they're committed, that much was approved by the town.
I'm okay with the home ownership.
Rich?
Yeah. Well,
I'm good, I just like that contingency on the fact that
Can we
developers
ask
do.
to have
Can we put in there that we will have our engineers go up and review this for stormwater, et cetera?
Yes.
Based upon current regulations, not necessarily regulations 20 years ago?
Oh, absolutely.
Wouldn't want to do anything different, to be honest with you.
If
You want to do the best as you can as developer.
reputation
Okay, Joe?
is important.
Base it on regulations now?
They did approach us 3 months ago, and they legitimately asked for an opinion 3 months ago.
Okay.
So just a,
and we can put
And
town attorney's opinion also. And that's it, sure.
once we get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't know how we put this in, Jeff. Counselor?
Yeah.
All right, can we take a short break here? You got Herb's number? We're going to take a short recess here and see if I get a hold of our town attorney.
To be honest with you.
So,
544.
give me a few minutes. All right, we're back in session. I couldn't get a hold of the town attorney. However, we will, if the board is in favor, we will make the adjustment to grandfather in the Oxford Heights development. We're back in recess.
What happened?
I'm not sure that interests me a lot. It's not my favorite, so I don't much of anything.
Oh,
My granddaughter's into it, boy, it's tough. She's a percussionist.
I got one that's coming up, that's gonna be a percussionist.
That's one of the happiest days of my life when I sold his music.
All right, we're back in session. What we would need is a resolution
right.
prior to accepting the new code that would grandfather them in. we would make that resolution based upon the fact that they do have significant infrastructure. It would be contingent upon our engineers, the highway department going out and checking, making sure that the statements they made today are correct. That is based upon the original plan that was approved by the planning board, and that it would be subject to review by our town engineers based upon current regulations in effect today. I'll put that as a motion.
I'll
So
second
do
that.
we need to,
That's just, this will be just a basic resolution to grandfather them and
Prior to,
prior to doing
how
the code.
far, but have we, let's see, so we have plans changed there?
Yeah, this is totally
Okay,
separate
all right,
from
okay.
any other
So we
resolution.
haven't got to, all right,
Right, this is,
okay.
okay, did you get all that? We'll clarify it
Next on
later.
there too,
We'll clarify it later with council.
yeah.
I had a question.
Go ahead.
Just, so it limits it to 3 to 4 units, and it makes it home ownership. It doesn't turn into like an apartment complex of 30
No.
units or nothing.
Right.
Because that's what's on the original plan and a half.
Exactly.
okay.
No one's looking, we're not looking to make part.
Okay, great,
It's-
okay,
It's home
great.
ownership.
Thanks.
I second that.
Second by Jim.
Yeah.
Discussion?
You moved,
That was whatever I said at the end.
okay.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.